So you're going to want to toast your pasta. Hear me out. Now, toasting pasta isn't something new. I didn't create this. I actually came up with the idea, then looked and found out that it's been done before, but there's a lot of different versions and different ways of doing it, and I just wanted to do some basic, simple ways and see if it made a difference. After trying it, I can say that well, you know what? I'm going to let you wait till the end of the video, but you can toast every kind of pasta, and it should add some flavor to your existing pasta recipes. If you've been making the same macaroni and cheese or same spaghetti sauce, this is just one extra little added element that's going to change the flavor fairly drastically in what I believe is a good way. Now, when I originally thought of this idea, I was only thinking of spaghetti, but it's lunchtime and I wanted to make a quick mac and cheese. I had one of these gluten-free Daya vegan mac and cheeses in the cupboard, so I figured it can't really get any worse. So to toast this gluten-free pasta, I just threw it on a baking dish with a tiny little bit of olive oil, tossed it together, threw it in the oven. Now you can click toast, I figured that could work, but I actually just preheated it for 350 degrees and let it toast for a few minutes. I actually just let it toast long enough for me to boil my water, so I didn't want to add any extra time to this pasta. I mean, this is lunch, it should be quick. So I salted the water like normal, brought it to a boil, and by that time this was done toasting, and these were a little extra tan, really is all it was. So I tossed them right in the water just like you would. Now on the box it says to boil this pasta for about 9 minutes. I figured that pre-cooking them might actually make them cook a little quicker, so I wanted to do just maybe a minute or two early, just to check them so I don't overcook them. Now once they were done, I just strained them out, added the uncheese sauce, and let's just see, what does Monica have to say? Does this taste like a better macaroni and cheese? We've had this stuff before.
Very good.
Right?
I love this.
Yeah, super good.
Like it's almost like a toasty cheese.
Okay, what is there something that you can you pinpoint like a thing?
Yeah, it's very like kind of nutty, toasted, peanutty, like toasted flavor.
Yeah. But it goes really well with the mac and cheese.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Did the texture of the pasta change at all?
I don't think so. I mean, no.
Yeah.
It tastes regular.
Yeah.
It's just a more savory, kind of a toasted, nutty, and more richer flavor, to be honest.
It's more rich. I mean, there's a ton of flavor with it.
I really like it. It almost tastes more like gourmet.
Yeah, there's like just a completely added element that you normally don't get from mac and cheese.
This is the restaurant version.
Super good. Okay.
So it works with macaroni and cheese, toasting with a little bit of oil, but like I said in the beginning, there's a few different ways. So I wanted to grab a basic Barilla spaghetti, and this is just made with one ingredient, and that is flour. So for the Barilla pasta, I'm going to toss it into a baking dish, dry, no oil, nothing like that, and get it toasting. Same thing, 350 degrees. I'm going to do it for about 10 minutes. You're going to see this is going to get pretty dark. Now, while you're waiting for this to toast, you can do the same thing and get your water boiling, get the sauce made, but this is also plenty of time for today's sponsor.
Now, I know some of you have noticed that I've lost some weight, and I was on the hunt for some new, super comfortable loungewear and underwear for really just hanging around the house, and that's when I found Tommy John. Now, when Monica and I get off work after a long day, we both want to get pretty comfortable. We live in an old Florida house, and it gets hot pretty much all year long, and I wanted something that was not only like comfortable, but also breathable, stretchy, and just felt premium. And Tommy John is all of those. They offer premium fabrics with innovative fits and problem-solving functionality. And there's no need to sacrifice style for comfort. They have tons of different fabric and style options so you can find the best fit for you. Now, originally I was just looking for stuff for around the house, but I mean, these are cool enough to where like I wear them while running errands and just, going to pick up coffee, heading over to the store really quick, and just definitely hanging around the house. And on the weekends, I wear Tommy John stuff all day. I mean, you will not see me out of it. I mean, I've never had loungewear or underwear that feels like this. I mean, comfort is at the core of everything Tommy John does. So gang, if you're looking for comfort that fits fantastic, feels good, and is game-changing underwear and loungewear, click the link in my description below. Use my code Saucestache to get 25% off, plus free shipping on orders over $75. I mean, that's huge. Tommy John, thanks for sponsoring today's video and for making me so incredibly comfortable.
And we're back. See, that wasn't that long. Like I said, about 10 minutes, and it gets pretty dark. Between the two, you could see how much color was added here. Now, I might have went a little bit too far. You could toast a little bit less if you like, but this is about as toasty as I would get. Now, while I was toasting, I was getting the water boiling, and I'm actually going to boil them a little bit less and test them first just to see how long it takes to actually boil this toasted spaghetti. Now, during this entire process, I was making some sauce, and I might as well show you this quick sauce that I make sometimes. It's just the whatever I have in my pantry sauce. It's going to start with a little bit of olive oil in a hot pan with some chopped up onions. Not much, maybe just a small handful. I like to toss those around until they become translucent, and then just add in a few cracks of fresh black pepper, maybe some salt, and then just as much garlic as you want. I did probably 3 or 4 cloves here. Again, I'm just going to toss it around for just a second. I just want the garlic to kind of simmer in the oil, not burn. I definitely don't want it to like toast up at all. Now, like what I said, it's whatever I have in my pantry, which happens to just be some Hunt's diced tomatoes. Now, these aren't the tomatoes that I would commonly use to make a spaghetti sauce, not at all. I would normally use like a cento or something, or like a whole stewed tomato, but here, this is just what I had. I commonly like to buy just random cans of tomatoes because it's good to have around, like for instances like now. Now, these diced tomatoes isn't going to make a great sauce, so I'm going to add just some sauce, canned sauce. It works. You can jazz it up, and it comes out pretty tasty, to be honest. So I'm just going to let this simmer together while I finish up the noodles. Now, I tested them at the 9-minute mark, and they weren't close to being done. Now, these noodles are supposed to be al dente at 11 minutes, so that means they might have to go the entire way, which they did. And right at the 11-minute mark, these tested al dente perfectly. They had a nice bite, nice chew, and now I tossed them right in the sauce. I didn't drain them. I wanted some of that extra liquid to kind of drip in with it. So I just stirred this in. The sauce stuck really well. That starchy liquid was really there. It actually worked pretty good. And then I just plated it up. I mean, look at this. This looks pretty good. It's a little interesting, right? So now let's see what Monica has to say.
Okay, here we go. Cheers.
Cheers. I love the bite. I love this. The texture, the snap it has when you bite into it, that's really good. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of neat, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got like a nuttiness, like a toasted, nutty, like even like a sesame, like, flavor.
That's a good word, yeah.
Yeah. I love the snap, though, that this has.
Yeah, it's a different snap.
Yeah.
Definitely a different snap. So, I mean, it's just different. It's a different kind of pasta,
But different in a good way.
Yeah.
I wish all pasta was like this.
Yeah, it adds an element to it. It's richer. I mean, slightly richer. It's a little bit richer. I think like in the macaroni and cheese, it comes through a lot. In like a tomato sauce, like tomato sauce is already going to be heavy in like glutamate and heavy richness, but like really, I mean, this is a good pasta. It's a different pasta. I would be curious, like, what this would be like a lemon or an olive oil sauce or like a garlic sauce. Something like rich, maybe something creamy. I mean, I think you could really do any toasted spaghetti or pasta, linguine.
Yeah, like a white wine garlic sauce or something would be good.
And just really, I mean, it's going to make a difference. It's just changes an already great dish. It's not like, I'm not trying to say that this is better, but it's different. It's just interesting and it's cool. It adds an element.
I think the flavor pops, especially with the bites of basil. Like that. It's good.
Yeah. I'm really into it.
I really like it a lot. Good stuff.
Well, thanks, baby.
Right.
Dinner.
Yay.